Alright, let's do this. Was that an unwelcome visitor? Whoa! It's an eye! Claudian's eyes are brimming with the excitement of discovery. I forget what voice I gave this guy. Regina! Regina! I've made a breakthrough. After uncountable days and nights, I finally hearkened to the crystal's whispers, and I must say... Professor Claudian, where are your manners? While I understand all too well your enthusiasm, I must remind you that even the most academically inclined prefer a composed recounting of events. Oh my god. No. Yes, of course. My apologies, Regina. Being consumed by my research for so long, I am afraid I have quite forgotten how to engage in civilized conversation. In that case, perhaps we should start from the beginning. With the crystal set adrift upon the ethereal tides containing memories of a party yet unknown, they cried out for deliverance from Pandaemonium, where the ancients kept volatile creations under lock and key. You yourself witnessed the power devouring the facility from within, and the advent of a divine monstrosity wrought of mythic beast and powerful mage. Fortunately, your martial prowess and the combined magical talents of your companions Themis and Erichthonios was sufficient to restore order to the circles of Asphodelos. The greater threat remains. In the depths of Pandaemonium, a presence yet stirs, its intentions and identity shrouded in mystery. That is the issue at hand, is it not? It sounds familiar. Since you returned to us, we worked tirelessly to discern the nature of the crystal. In the process, I detected an anomalous etheric signature, which I believe arose from the memories stored within. Analysis of this pattern suggests a feeling of loss or yearning, specifically the yearning to be made whole. And indeed, ambient readings have revealed a faint but identical signature. This can only mean that another such crystal exists in our time. Another one. So, my friend, I must depart to search for it forthwith. By tracing the matching etheric signature to its source, I believe it will be a simple matter to find our crystal's twin. Professor, will this expedition be carried out only by us, or will Regina grace us with her protection? I'm afraid she has more pressing matters to attend to, my dear Roussenard. Namely, to seek out the secrets which lie nestled within Pandaemonium, where this all began. From all that we have heard, it appears that time traversal from the Crystal Tower is not fluid. That is to say, one can but travel in predetermined intervals. It would be prudent to check in on occasion, in case there are any unanticipated changes. As for you, my loyal assistants, I would ask you remain here and continue cataloging the ancient creations. Catmain, do you intend to search the crystal on your own? Why, yes, that would be the most efficient use of resources, would it not? In fact, I have already commissioned a ship and pilot for that very purpose. I trust you to take good care of the laboratory in my absence. Goodbye. I apologize for that somewhat abrupt departure. When progress is in sight, Professor Claudian tends to become blind to all else. Indeed, and he has been worse than usual. I cannot fault him for his excitement. I do wish he would spare a thought for those around him. For reasons unknown, the crystal seems loath to be overheard. Much as it spoke only to you last time, none but the professor have been able to capture its etheric, yearning, which has only served to convince him that he can solve this puzzle on his own. Surely after some time alone, he'll come to remember how valuable we are. The search for this crystal seemed to be a simple matter enough. Let him have his little adventure, and upon his return, I'm certain he will be back to his normal self. As for you, Regina, it may be best to return to Pandaemonium, as Professor Claudian suggested. Speaking of which, I did have a request of my own to make. Traveling to Pandaemonium requires you to pass through Abyssos, correct? There is something I would have you investigate in my stead. While those creations confined within Pandaemonium are considered to be failures, I doubt that that's their whole story. Barring exceptional cases, they must have been under observation in Abyssos before being consigned to the shackles. And if we know anything about the ancients, it's that they would have kept thorough records of the results. Ah, brilliant. Delving into these records may shed light on creatures Regina has yet to encounter. Your theory proves correct, that is. While there are no guarantees, it certainly beats the current strategy of rushing forward blindly with only her strength to carry the day. For your own sake as well as ours, please unearth what information you can. Sure. Well, back to the Crystarium. Speak with the archivist at Perpetua Crystalline. To the Dossal Gate. Let's teleport from here. I could make it cheaper if I decide to go through the damn door. Oh, hi, Thomas. Ah, I did not expect to meet you here of all places. You seek records of Pandaemonium's creations. Master Themis has just finished perusing the very same. I should not be surprised that we both arrived at the same conclusion. Luckily, I have saved you the trouble and gleaned what information I could. Ah, so you know each other. I was dreading having to once again scour the archives. But perhaps instead I'll rest for a spell. If there's nothing else, I shall take my leave. As should we, for I have undone the warding sigil blocking the entrance to Abyssos. I came here merely to chase an idle suspicion while awaiting your return. Fortunately, while Pandaemonium's protective wars continue to be assailed by our unknown foe, there have been no fluctuations so great as to make me doubt Erechthonios' capacity to watch over Asphodelos while I'm away. He works diligently to master internment, that he might deliver the creations back to their cages by his own hand. I thought it best to give him time to hone his craft. And since fate has brought us both here, I would ask you accompany me while I attend to another matter. More idle suspicions that I would like to chase down. Rest assured, it shall not take long. I simply have a few questions to ask an acquaintance of mine. Come, he has agreed to meet us near the Naeus to Pandaemonium. Hey, set a platform. Gates of Pandaemonium. You'll need a long flight, too. Nope. I have a button on Shinichi, so I can... Here it is. Set to hotbar. Put it right there. Swoosh. Hello, Themis. As I have pondered our expedition into Pandaemonium, I could not help but be mystified by how strongly the warders we encountered felt for La Habrea, whether it be for good or ill. Hesperos and Erechthonios were two sides of the same coin. The former looked to his mentor with absolute devotion, while the latter looks to his father with bald hatred. I would not expect a familiar such as you to understand this, but such extreme emotions towards a single individual are quite rare indeed. Naturally, I feel gratitude toward my mother and father, yet we are all equals in the larger picture of the star. This view is not unique to myself. It is more or less accepted as the way of things. By contrast, the researchers of Pandaemonium seem to view La Habrea with a feeling approaching obsession. Whether driven by love or hate, they have all been drawn to him. There were many other aspects of the facility's particulars I found troubling besides. I decided the best course of action would be to go straight to the source and pose my questions to a member of the wards of La Habrea. Or she'd. My apologies to keep you waiting, Master Themis. I understand you are conducting an investigation in Pandaemonium and wish to know of its origins. Indeed. In particular, I wish to know why exactly Pandaemonium was built directly under Elpis. What does its position have anything to do with this? The facility is overseen by the wards of La Habrea, after all. Why keep it so close to Elpis, whose governing body has no say in its day-to-day operations? At first, I thought it to be simply a matter of convenience. Those creations which were deemed failures by the researchers of Elpis could be easily ushered into the new realms. Imagine my surprise when a trip to the archives revealed that many of their creations were sent from organizations beyond Elpis, including from the wards of La Habrea themselves. Given this, albeit limited, information, I cannot but feel that the Academia Anida would have been more fitting locale. What does Elpis have that cannot be found here? Or found there, These are fitting questions, and one which we have asked ourselves many times in recent years. Alas, the nature of Pandaemonium's construction does not lend itself to relocation. When first it was built, circumstances weren't as they were now. As you surmise, the majority of the creations kept within Pandaemonium were sent from Elpis. Yet as the years passed, interests changed. Failures and creations deemed too flawed even to submit to Elpis paradoxically drew the attention of Pandaemonium's researchers. That is quite the change. And in fact, it almost runs counter to the facility's original purpose. Who is it that decides which creations will be the subject of research? Master La Habrea. Such authority is reserved for the Chief Keyword, and he has taken it upon himself to step into that role.
Halfway done.
So if Pandaemonium's resources were being misused, it would be under La Habrea's authority, correct? I know not what you're suggesting, but the keywards also hold some sway within the facility. Not even Master La Habrea would be free from their scrutiny. They are duty-bound to report any irregularities as soon as possible. Although I admit as of late their communications is somewhat sporadic, we but recently received a report from one of the keywards stating that all is well within Pandaemonium's halls. Really? And are you certain that a keyword sent it? Yes, of course. Our communication suffered a temporary obstruction, but I can assure you that the words did their due diligence in confirming the identity of the sender. Thank you. This information will be helpful to my investigation. That will be all for my pride. Then I shall take my leave. While you are yet permitted to conduct your investigation freely, I must remind you that the warder's work is delicate, and would be remiss to disturb them for longer than is necessary. All is well. A blatant lie, and that we can both attest. One of the remaining keywords is most certainly in league with the party behind us. We must hurry. I know not why our adversary sent that report, but it is plain that we must return to Pandaemonium with haste. Damn, Themis is on top of this shit. That was also a really bold claim to make. Right in front of him is all like, oh, so yeah, this is La Habrea's fault. What? I cannot guess as to why this false report has arisen now, but it certainly bodes ill. As is the knowledge that our mysterious mastermind has at least one more keyword to puppet. Regardless, they have tipped their hand. We would be remiss to leave Ericthonius at the mercy of their machinations. Let us hope no harm has befallen him. Bro, you're terrible. Not quite. I've traced these sigils countless times, yet still I lack the strength to maintain the spell. And now time works against me. I can no longer be victim to my own ineptitude. What? Who goes there? Oh. There is something to be admired in such single-minded effort, even if your methods leave much to be desired. You allow this familiar to catch you unawares. You set your sights so high as to forget you walk upon the earth. I know this creature. Familiar of the Phoenix. That monster is locked away. That it is. In spite of the trouble I went to in freeing it, I might add. Begrudge me for addressing you in this ill-fitting form if you must, but with control of Asphodelos wrested from my grasp, it is simply the best I can offer you. Hide if you will, but mark my words, I will find you and make you pay for the chaos you've sown. Now, there is no need for such hostility. A calm heart stays the course. The wisdom of La Habrea, your father. And how would you know what wisdom he speaks? I have heard those words many times. The scolding of a tutor whose students struggled to grasp the most rudimentary lessons, seething with disgust. No. I've not told that to anyone. Not even Keyword Hesperos. That can only mean one thing. That still you insist on mocking me. Stop this farce, La Habrea! At last you move to keep up. Pity that you remain behind, nevertheless. What? As ever you are. Always you fail to learn, fail to understand, fail to act. And though fate deigned to offer an escape, you remain here. You are bereft of magical prowess and common sense both. But you need not despair. Dull though you may be, you are yet indispensable to Pandaemonium's great experiment. There's the affection I remember. Tell me, did I ever once measure up to your expectations? You shall. Take pride in it, and rejoice to see your wish fulfilled. What? What wish? Come, and all shall be revealed. All this rage, this hatred, is but a consequence of ignorance. Our desires align more than you know. What? You... Uninvited guests join our reunion. Seems fortune no longer favors you. Do you think I have any interest in listening to your prattle, let alone bowing to your will? I'm no longer a child, and my faith lies with those who have earned it. So these are the heroes who brought Hesperos low, even as power divine flowed through his veins. 'Tis plain there are worthier subjects to contend with. And gone he goes. What do you guys say, Themis? Just what was that familiar after? Thank you. You had shown up even a moment later. I shudder to think what would have become of me. This is something I must tell you. I know who's behind this. There's but one person who can hold thrall of familiar, creation, and keyword alike. Ericthonios is certain he knows the identity of Pandaemonium's assailant. I need to make space for all that materia. Damn it. And so there could be but one conclusion. La Habrea was the driving force behind this chaos from the start. There is logic to that. There are few with the wherewithal to even consider experimentation on such a scale, let alone the capacity to create demigods from man and beast with the rest of us none the wiser. Considering the magnitude of his work with the convocation of words, his relatively minor role as chief keyword comes under little scrutiny, even as it provides him the authority to wield dangerous magics. It may serve as veil and mantle both. Still, I find the notion hard to accept. The misdeeds perpetrated here could not have been done by the La Habrea I know. You have met him, yes? Do you think he is capable of this? La Habrea is far more capable than you know. Yeah. Capable of far more than you know. You see. So you believe La Habrea to be a man of few scruples, if it brings his goals closer in reach. That alone should be enough. But let me assure you, La Habrea holds nothing so dear as his own ambition. While he may not be one to let emotion stand in the way of his mission, I cannot believe there are no depths to which he would not stoop. Although we met but briefly, the impression he left on me stands in stark contrast to your evaluation. Though his methods are as ever unorthodox, they seemed guided by a firm understanding of what is just. There's one way to find out for certain. We delve deeper into Pandaemonium and pull back the curtain on this mystery of ours. A wise course. I would not deny the truth if I saw it with my own eyes, even if it was discomfiting to behold. We must move forward with no excess of caution. La Habrea, or whoever is behind this, has likely spread their tentacles into every corner of Pandaemonium. It's safely assumed the other keywords won't greet us with open arms. Agreed. Let's make our way through Abyssos one careful step at a time. I shall stay by Ericthonius' side, in case our enemies think to target him again. Could I trouble you to take the vanguard? Count on me? Thank you. As a precaution, I shall safeguard you with a simple spell. This will ensure that, even should we become separated, my phantom warriors will still come to your aid. If it does come to battle, Keyword's magics will put us at a disadvantage once again. Luckily, we have you to even the scales somewhat. I trust you shall be liberal with your weight. Nope. Gotta bless me first. Abyssos, the 5th circle, now accessible. While I wait, I guess I could read that. While the identity of Pandaemonium's assailant is yet unknown, Ericthonios makes no effort to hide his doubts concerning La Habrea, who he suspects is using the infernal prison for private experimentation. Light party! Full party! Oh god. Excuse me. Full party! Oh shit. The world unsundered. Abyssos, the 5th circle. Mythic creation. Proto-carbuncle. Second time, barely remember mechanics. I think only one of us not new is me and the other healer. Well, that's good. Oh yeah, probably should eat food just like fuck, what food do I eat? What food do I have? Do I have any tanky food? Yes. The basic of flatbreads. Oh, God. Searing Ray. Whoa, God. Ow. That guy's dead. Light gathers around Protocarbuncle's head. Searing Ray. Oh, it reflects it. Okay. Topaz stones. Oh God, what are these? Ruby glow. Ruby Karis creates cells of light. Yeah, I'll reflect to the rest of the room. Okay. Brunch. Well, you have to eat that. I'll say bloodfest. Acidic slap. Down for the count. Oh God. Boo. Oh God. Oh, thank God there's a platform below us. This cutscene. There we are. Alright, that was important to show us. Feast upon the lively bait, sating his hunger. Ruby glow. Poison, huh? Venom Squall. Damn. they're growing. Oh shit, dude. Oh shit, they growing. What came first? Oh, we want to be in the middle. And go there. Oh shit. Hey, what the fuck? Oof. I'm gonna give you this bullshit. Ruby glow. Topaz cluster. Ray with no mirrors. Oh fuck, this is terrible. Blah! Oh, fuck it. Super Bowl. Oof. You don't need to heal me better than that, guys. Topaz cluster. You ready? Come on. Oh shit. Then this. I'm beginning to understand it now. Thank you. Oh, shit. Gather up, gather up. There we go, now spread. Fuck it. We're bumping. We're putting the buttons out. Thank you. Yeah. Very good. Hi, guys. Did you get lost? Got a bunch of Venus flytraps. Goodbye. Back into your cage. Nodders. Ooh. Give it to the other tank. Why not? Chest piece. Need. That's a 90 fucking 7. I don't know why I did that, actually. I think this is like 600 gear. I already have a 595 chest piece. Damn it. Now I feel kind of dumb. We'll pass on this. Alright, there we go. Got it. One with the 97. Hell yeah, dude. Alright. I got any commendations. What a bunch of punks. What a bunch of punks. I tanked so well. No one was happy that I took that chest piece. Yoinked it. Nah. They probably all gave the commendation to the healer that LB3'd. So this is where the research is conducted on creations imbued with poisons and venoms. Xthonios and I were conveyed not far from here. Seems our foe is finding it more difficult to surprise us. Fortunately for you, since they appear particularly keen to see you dispatched as quickly as possible. Huh. Even alone, you are a force to be reckoned with. Part of me is glad you emerged victorious, that I might observe you further. Oh, you know what I need to do? If this is La Habrea, I need to give him the Frieza voice. Filthy monkeys! Were the circumstances different, I might thank you for keeping my son alive for this long, but I believe we can forego introductions, unless I have misread you. It's slightly different. I'm all too familiar, Paragon. A charming appellation, but I'm afraid I hold no such position. No, I
am Lahabrea of the Convocation of 14.
If you truly are who you claim to be, then answer this question.
That can wait.
What is this?
Now this is curious. The trap I wove at your feet reacts to ether, but you remain unaffected. Such thin ether, and an unfamiliar composition besides. It is of no matter, I suppose. A more direct approach will beget the same results. I would advise you to think carefully before deciding your next action. Strike me down here, and Erechthonius' wish shall remain unfulfilled. Never again shall he meet Athena.
Mother? You would dare hide behind our name. Oh god, I fucked up. I fucked that up real hard.
Listen well, Erechthonios. We have the same mind concerning your mother. You have your allies for protection, so what harm is there in hearing me out?
Erechthonios, wait! There's a question I must needs ask first. If you truly are Lahabrea, why speak such blatant lies?
Bitter in defeat, are we?
Say my name. A simple request.
Themis, was it? A trifle soon forgotten, as are you.
Wrong. I have my answer. The Lahabrea that I knew took pride in the convocation and would never suffer its denigration. You sully his station with this farce! Themis, what are you saying? Lahabrea and I hardly saw eye to eye, but I know his voice when I hear it. Indeed, he makes a passing fine imitation in appearance and manner. However, the real Lahabrea would never call me by the name Themis. What trouble have you gotten yourself into, Elidibus? Holy shit. It's a good thing I gave this shit a fucking Frieza voice. Imposter. You have no right to claim that form. That mask. Whoa. What? Who?
Who are you?
'Twas a mask.
Oh, wait. 'Twas a mask that sickened me to wear. The mask of Lahabrea, a man who values his position above all, who would murder his own wife in pursuit of duty.
Yet you would assume my name and wield powers that are mine by right. Any worth you may have hinges on that which you so despise.
Such trite provocations. I will not be goaded into finishing this ere my work is done. Erechthonios, listen well. I am Hephaestus.
Oh.
And 'tis I whom you should call Father.
Wow. What in the name of creation? We will do well not to stand idle while our enemy is about. I believe in explanations in order, Elidibus. Let us return to safety so you may provide it. That sounds more like the Lahabrea I know. Before we depart, however, I must offer you an apology. As La Habrea said, I am Elidibus, one of the convocation emissary of their will. For reasons which do not involve you, it was necessary to hide my identity while investigating this place. Still, that hardly excuses my deception. Whatever your name is, you're still Themis to me. Such words are comforting, truly. I shall offer an explanation in time, but first, let me assure you my choices were not born from animosity. In any case, we have pressing matters to attend to. Let us do as La Habrea suggested and return to the gates. We can speak there. Please, help him. Save him. Yeah, okay, I'll try. Bye.
Laters.
La Habrea, it seems. I see Elidibus has chosen to keep odd company. Such a vexing composition of ether you possess. I still don't understand. As you are aware of by now, I am known as Elidibus. After my dear friend Azim and I detected irregularities in Pandaemonium, we decided the best course of action would be to hide my station as I conducted my investigation. I'm sure La Habrea as well is eager to find out why I hid who I was, so I shall save that story for later. First, I would like to speak of you, my friend. Although neither Azim nor I had ever met you in the flesh, you came with her highest recommendation. That alone was enough for me to accept you as an ally without question. That somewhere in the world a guiding star so similar to herself was out there amused Azim to no end. There was not a shade of doubt in her heart that you would be a formidable ally. Furthermore, I have heard stories that Mistress Dana, who held the position of Azim previously, journeyed with a familiar much like yourself. That made the decision to trust you all the easier. She too now dons the white robes of an advisor. She placed her absolute faith in you. I knew I would be in capable hands. Aware, though I was of the path you had walked, I had no interest in exposing you. I merely wanted to meet you, to travel by your side for a while. I may know but a small portion of your life story, but that is enough for me to believe you would never lead me astray. I wanted to tell you that.
What do I have here?
Haven't I?
Keywords jail.
Arachthonius is resolutely avoiding his father's eye. Yeah, but isn't it for sure now that Hephaestus is his father? That's La Habrea? I don't know how long it's been since we last spoke, La Habrea, and truth be told, I had hoped we never would again. But I see now that I was a fool to think I would ever escape your meddling. Just what is that thing that called himself La Habrea? And why is he the spitting image of your younger self? I find it hard to believe you've only just now found out about such a being was wreaking havoc in Pandaemonium. Did you think matters would simply sort themselves out? I suppose you deserve at least a cursory explanation. I was well aware of the anomalies occurring within Pandaemonium, including the fact that Azim and Elidibus had taken it upon themselves to investigate. I saw no reason to insert myself into the situation. For a time, that was. Imagine my surprise when instead of a formal report from you and yours, I received a communication from one of the key wards stating that research and operations were proceeding as usual. While Hephaestus' deception was almost childish in its simplicity, it became plain to me that your grasp on the situation was slipping. So you knew of his existence from the beginning. I can hardly imagine that you would suffer another to masquerade as one of the convocations, not without good reason at least. As you well know, the name La Habrea is but a marker of my station. It is not the name I was born with. Hephaestus has claimed that for himself. I cannot fault him for it, as he is my other half, in a manner of speaking. He knows all that I know. He knows all that I know, my equal in every way. Yet within his heart is not greed, envy, and desire. all the emotions that we are loath to acknowledge within ourselves. If what you say is true, what purpose would such a being serve? He is the product of experimentation gone awry. A reminder of the days when I was yet young and reckless. I thought him sealed away for good, but it seems time is a way of unearthing the shame we bury. When he spoke of my mother, he looked at you with venom in his eyes, blamed you for her death. Tell me, was he right to do so?
Yeah, was he right to do so?
His words, but the ramblings of a tortured mind. The hatred and despair he endures has warped his view of the world irreparably. And now that he has awakened, he must be put to rest. If he succeeds in breaching Pandaemonium's protective wards, he shall invite disaster unto our star. As chief keyword of Pandaemonium, it is my duty to decide the proper course of action. As such, I declare that all research shall be summarily abandoned and the facility destroyed.
Meow.
What? You would leave the other warders to their doom? 'Tis a choice befitting La Brea. Do you disagree? You speak of duty, and ours is to guide the star and its inhabitants upon the correct course. It is no surprise that you would choose annihilation of Pandaemonium if its existence posed even the remotest risk to our people. Yet, as you can see by Eric Thonius' response, the decision is somewhat more nuanced than that. Azim and I grappled with this conundrum for some time, in fact. Bella. That is precisely why I chose to involve myself directly. It was the only way I could truly determine the best solution. And you need not trouble yourself with that further. Your keyword must prevent the worst from occurring, no matter the cost. Your feelings, Elidibus, are of no consequence. Have you taken even a moment to consider another path? No! You spared nary a thought for aught but yourself and your duty. You have no idea of the trials we've endured, the foes that Regina has stood against. Regina, is it? A being of such ether as I have never seen. What are you? She is the guiding star that shall lead us safely through this. Thanks to her stout arm and steadfast courage, we have subdued the mythic creations and returned them to themselves. Speaking of which, I would hear your opinion, Regina. As outsiders, we are in a unique position to look upon circumstances with our vision unclouded by attachment.
La Brea can't be trusted.
What was that you said about being an emissary?
It's too soon to give up on saving others.
Agreed. We still know next to nothing about Hephaestus, and I highly doubt La Brea has been forthcoming with the truth. But we've managed to regain control of Asphodelos. He must be made to see that there's merit in continuing on this path. I have it. Speak in your official capacity as Elidibus the emissary. Judge which approach is more sound, and even La Brea would be compelled to listen. As Elidibus, I am duty-bound to assess the matter from a position of impartiality. My opinion as Themis can carry no weight. You understand what that means, yes? I do. Even so, you've walked with us all this time, seen what we've seen. Based on that alone, I trust that you'll find the best way forward. Very well. Then in my capacity as emissary, I shall state my judgment. At present, there are merits both in destroying Pandaemonium outright and in taking time to rescue its researchers, and neither is yet an impossible task. Therefore, I judge that the most measured choice would be to continue upon our present course. We delve into Abyssos, interring any mythic creations we encounter along the way. You have yet to witness Regina's might and Eric Thonius' resolve. I would ask that you see our capabilities firsthand, and only then decide if our endeavor is futile. If such is the will of the emissary, then I shall obey. However, if indeed I find your strength to be lacking, I trust there will be no objections to the immediate destruction of Pandaemonium. You needn't worry about that. We won't fail. You are bolder than I remember. You're even more tedious than I remember. Regina, come find me when you're finished. Oh, you know what voice I should give La Habrea? I should give him a Vegeta voice. I can't do Vegeta really well, though. Erchthonius is understandably frustrated. But if we are to conquer Abyssos, we must go forth with clear heads. Pray lend an ear to his troubles, that their weight might be lightened. Damn, dude, he ran all the way over here. Oh, don't worry about the internment power, alright? Fucking... If you ever slip up, don't worry, I'm right here behind you. Every step of the way. You alright, Erchthonius? You do have my gratitude. Ill-fit as I am to show it at the moment. Without your words to sway him, Habrea would have carried out his plan without a second thought. When at first we realized the creations had slipped their bonds, the other keywords did all in their power to restore order, even though they could have chosen escape. To remain to aid their allies. I'm certain not a soul among them would wish to see this facility erased from the world. They don't deserve to be abandoned simply for carrying out their duty. And besides, Abyssos has secrets yet untold. Secrets that would be buried if Pandaemonium were reduced to rubble. I mean to uncover the truth behind his words. The truth of my mother. While La Habrea was quick to dismiss his claims, I failed to see what Abyssos would gain by fabricating such a story. All I was told of my mother's death was that she would perished in an accident. No one would say more. It was almost as if they feared saying more, in fact. Even if it was not La Habrea who dealt the fatal blow, we've seen with our own eyes how quickly he can condemn others to die. I only wish to know at last what befell her. What do you think, Regina? Does the La Habrea you know have any regard for the lives of others? Or will he carry out his duty with another's blood on his hands? Damn. I have to be wrong. I have to be, like, mean about him. Because I do remember reading stories in Academia Antider about how smart he was. He always was a man who worked from the shadows. Well, that in and of itself isn't reason for suspicion. He's one of the Convocation, who must forge the path for mankind. Naturally, not all of their activities are conducted within the public eye. But it is plain there is much to consider. Thank you, Regina. It's easy for me to get carried away by emotion where he's concerned. We should focus on the task at hand. Proving to La Habrea that we are capable of saving Pandaemonium and its keepers. The most convincing way to do that would be to regain control of Abyssos. Although, I'm loath to admit it, he would know more about those depths than any of us, and seeing as how we require every advantage we can afford. Regina, would you speak to him for us? He seems to have a special interest in your capabilities. He may deign to help at your suggestion, if only to see what you can do. Either way. Oh, what's the weather in here? Pandaemonium. Who would have thought? First, we gotta talk to Themis, see what he thinks. That's fine. Despite recent developments, our plan remains unchanged. Pray call me Themis for the time being. Shall put us all in the correct mindset. In fact, I may be coming to prefer that name. Ericthonios appears to have a deep trust in you, and Elidibus tells me you share some relation to Azim. Your unusual ether does not mark you as a familiar. It is unlike anything I've ever seen, even among the countless concepts I've observed. To think that I would encounter an existence I could not create by my own hand. Azim never ceases to surprise. The previous Azim was much the same, and taking the entirety of the star into consideration, she came to hold dear emotions and people that a more logical mind would have discarded. This made her act in her own self-interest more often than not. Just as you and Elidibus have conducted yourselves in this matter, the true danger of Azim's nature is its tendency to infect all those she comes into contact with. Emmett Soak said much the same. Trust that I shall do naught that would violate my duty. And yet you so frivolously invoked your authority as emissary to justify this little excursion. It matters little, however. Only your deeds can speak for you now. You wish to know more of Abyssos, I take it? Although I no longer have control over many of its functions, I can yet sense what creations lie within. The chief keywords reach as far indeed. Well then, what do we have to look forward to? I sense no creations of note. Perhaps they have been made into fodder for experimentation, or perhaps they have been transferred to the deeper circles. Yet Abyssos would never allow you to safe passage. He is at the trial for you to overcome. I speak of hegemony, keyboard of Abyssos. Although her presence is stained with marks of corruption, it is unmistakable. I knew her as a woman gifted in magic and blessed with a highly logical mind. While I can sense those qualities within her still, there's something else at work. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say that's because she's already been twisted into Hemethios, doubtless against her will. Regina, Themis, we must rescue her from that cruel fate. And if we cannot, we can at least steal her away until we find a means to undo the damage. You gotta be fast about it. Hesperus killed himself when you tried. Your allies make you bold, Ericthonios. I very much look forward to seeing how far they carry you. Abyssos, the Sixth Circle, now accessible. Apparently this one's the hardest one. Oh my god! I didn't even get to fucking read.
Oh, you gotta talk to them.
Hegemony was a woman of reason and logic. She would never be swayed by Abyssos' wretched schemes. She was not made to suffer for much. Now we prove our strength. Only then can we free the other warders from Pandaemonium's shadow.
Ugh, sticky.
The world unsundered, Abyssos, the Sixth Circle. Shameen. Ah! Oh, level 50 Dragoon. Oh god. The game. Hemethios, Hegemony. This is a really big arena, too. Thank God.
Abyssos is my charge, and I shall not shirk my duty. Be swept away in a flood of ether.
Everybody go in here. Koros XIV.
Ah!
Okay, I'm guessing her sides light up. Either that or it's always to her sides. Koros XIV, they do. Okay. There are balls on them. Koros XIV, pay attention, Marcus. Oh God, the Titan. It's so bright. Emethios' Dark 4.
Ah!
Transmission. A glossal parasite attaches itself to you. Okay. Ah. Okay, cool. I'm really happy I remembered that from the trailer. Kaboom! Etheric polymeloid. Corals exude. On what sides? I'm going to stand here then. Strophe exude. Where is she facing? The Strophe exudes just front and back. Okay, we all got it now. Pay attention to the debuff timer. 10 seconds. Oh shit! Oh God, guy, why would you do this to people? Well, there goes both the healers. Oh no! Etheric exchange. Polymoid Sigma. I don't know what this does. Oh, they're gonna swap. So you want to stand here? No, you want to stand here. You want to stand here. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, 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 cool. Polymoid Sigma, she's gonna do it again. that one. So you want to, so yeah, you want to stand here again.
What the fuck?
Fuck. There you go. Oh my god, that's all 4. So the only safe spot is here. Oh, this is fine. Which way is was she turning? She was turning this way. PK. Whoops. Pay attention to the debuff timer. Coming first. These don't move. Oh fuck, I thought he was gonna eat something. Damn it, I wasted that. I'm pissed. I could have tried saving it for like the machinist that's eating shit left and right. Alright, this is the one that switches around. Oh shit! It's the wrong way. I thought this was gonna be the other way around. Good thing I noticed that. That's really neat. I like that a lot. Hit him with the shake it off! I didn't even get shake it off, man. Ethereal exchange. Polymoid Sigma. Pay attention to the directions, Marcus. Okay, I gotta stand here. This will be fine. Okay, I guess I'll just stand here. God damn it, you fools! Stop dying! Just stand in the AoEs. Where's she starting? Oh, she's starting right next to me. No! No, I didn't do it in time. This is a bullshit. I can't do it! Bitch ass! This sucks. Ugh. Ah, fuck. Fuck that up. Am I first again? Hell no, I'm not. Might as well be safe. Woo. There you go, bud. He fucking provoked off of me. What a god. I understand this mechanic entirely. Oh shit! Not entirely, never mind. I'm gonna stand right here. And then move here. Just gotta remember, do not stand where the AoEs are. Don't stand in the open spots, only stand in the spots where the AoEs are when she's doing signal. Now pay attention, she's gonna do stroke. Okay, she's starting right here, so you want to move. Woo! Woo! That was fun. That was a thinker. And now she's dead. Sup? Lend me your energy. Nah, he's definitely got that Trunks style of fucking story. Woo! That was fun. That's a real thinker. Once you figure out just to stand in the AoEs, you're fine. That poor machinist, though. I always kept on looking over at the party list, and he was just always dead. I'll give it to him. You're poking. Need 79. I got it! Yay! I'll pass on the rest of it for you. I can't believe it. Yay! Okay, talk to everybody. I could sense from here that hegemony had been contained. The effect of Abyssos' tinkering is even more dire than I had imagined. As to be expected, Ericthonios appears to be quite pleased with our victory. Fist pumping. We won! The key ward is sealed away and alive this time. La Brea can't deny us now. Yeah, sure you can. Holy shit. Ericthonios seems eager to dispel La Brea's doubts. Servant of violence. Our plan was a success, although I hardly need tell you that. Hegemony has been sealed away. Now you have no choice but to admit the merit in our methods. You have the right of it. I'm not so petty as to deny the achievements of those I've squabbled with, no matter how strongly we disagree. Moreover, this being, Aether as thin as retreating mist, unable to wield creation magics, yet powerful enough to subdue a Hemetios, has made this ordeal far more interesting. Then we have leave to continue. As for that, there is one among you whose very presence puts the others at risk. It would be best to proceed without him, for failure would have consequences that reach far beyond Pandaemonium. And of whom do you speak? A warder who cannot even conduct his duty without aid. In this place, hope alone is not enough to overcome what awaits you. A single misstep will send all to their doom. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just tell him to shut up. So long as we each do our part and look to the allies by our side, even a neophyte can upraise his companions. That's something that Regina and Themis taught me. While I do not wish to express any bias, I'm inclined to agree. If my investigation has made anything clear, it is that we are together greater than the sum of our parts. And hope has brought us this far. It drives us to seek the right path, and to act before that path lies closed to us. Then tell me, what is it you hope for? To see Abyssos in chains. That's the surest way to prevent further sacrifices. I'm aware that destroying Pandaemonium would rid us of him, but the cost is far too great. And I admit, I wish to know how he means to resurrect Athena. And there we have it. You must leave this place at once, and do not think to set foot in Pandaemonium again. Huh? You are capable. That much is plain. Yet Abyssos cannot be suffered to live, and I shall not allow his talk of resurrection to poison mine or anyone else's mind. Life flows in a cycle. This is known. All souls return to the underworld, and Athena's is no exception. She has likely found a new vessel, and a new journey to embark upon. You cannot be ignorant to the folly of Abyssos' words. Even were he to breathe life into a body, the soul contained within would not be your mother's. What if our knowledge is imperfect? What if Abyssos has discovered something that no one else has? He knows all that you do, understands the bitter reality of the world. He wouldn't pursue the impossible. Think, Erechthonios. I have already explained that he is merely my twisted reflection. Is it worth bringing back your mother if it means others are used and discarded like tools? Is it worth it to see her once more? Now, you measure the worth of your colleagues' lives. What was that foolish braying about saving them? Merely a performance to hide your childish devotion to your mother? Please, such bobs will get us nowhere. We should first discuss. You would call me fool? You who murdered your wife in service of your ambition, for the sake of the star, no doubt. I can hear it again. The voice inside my head. I know to follow. Abyssos. Father. Mother. Oh, I love you so. And his voice will guide me to you. No, listen not. Listen not, Erechthonios. Huh? Apologies. You taught me that a calm heart stays the course, but I could never even grasp the rudder. No, he's gone. This will suffice us his work, there could be no doubt. Seems he learned from his previous failure. Abyssos is cunning despite his warped mind. Whatever took hold of Ericthonius would make short work of his reason. From the moment he laid eyes upon me, I could sense his hatred and rage simmering below the surface. It was but a matter of time until it spilled forth, and that was when he fell into the spell's embrace. A magic woven with such skill that Ericthonius himself failed to notice until it was too late. If this is the measure of Abyssos' power, the other key wards had little chance to resist it. We saw his work during our encounter with Hesperus. Doubtless Abyssos' magic fed his admiration and envy until there was room for naught else in his heart. And there was something else besides. Did you not feel the presence of another? That guy even heard her. Or him. Good. As I thought, someone was trying to warn Ericthonius. Whom? Could it have been one of the key wards? But whom? But who? Alas, the warning arrived too late. I had already provoked Ericthonius past the point of no return. I bear the burden for this failure. In my stubbornness, I could but scorn the boy, and Abyssos knew that. And now I dread to think of the ordeal that awaits him due to my rashness. There is time yet to save him. We can easily regain control of Abyssos, giving us a firm foothold from which to brave Pandaemonium's lowest level. The enemy is within reach. Just as with Hesperus, Ericthonius is in danger of being consumed by Abyssos' spell. However, I have faith that he will not easily lose sight of himself. The way forward is clear. La Habrea, pray, tell us all you know of what we shall find beyond Abyssos. I can only assume one more keyword lies in wait. The deepest level of Pandaemonium is called Tartarus. Yup, just as we thought. And your passage shall be challenged not only by a keyword, but Abyssos has laid traps in every corner of its halls. You have no hope of surviving far past the threshold. That, I expect, is where Regina shall shine. Her dissolute aether shall allow her to slip through the traps unimpeded. We saw it when Abyssos had no effect, and doubtless even he has yet to devise a countermeasure. Right. The time is of the essence. Abyssos is already well aware that you can match a keyword in battle. He will not stand idle while you stroll past his other defenses at your leisure. Agreed. However, clarity will be indispensable to our success. I'm afraid I must insist upon it ere we depart. Clarity? You want him to tell more? We have yet to discern to what end Abyssos would use Ericthonius. If you would know, I would ask that you enlighten us. And then there is the matter of Athena. Why do you so fiercely rebuke Ericthonius' feelings for his mother? While I understand the very thought of resurrecting the dead is anathema, you act as if grief over her passing should be equally so. How are we to grapple with what plagues our friend and drives our foe, if you refuse to acknowledge it? I do acknowledge it. I wish only to spare those that feel it still greater pain. So instead of being honest, you bicker like a child. So instead of being honest, you bicker like a child? Oh. How dare you? No. You are right. The blame for Ericthonius' fate rests squarely on my shoulders. Very well. I shall lay bare the truth, but only after the foe before us has been laid low. The remaining keyword is Agdistis? She has served in Pandaemonium since its inception, and her affinity for magic is peerless even among the keywords. Abyssos knows that losing her would mean the end of his experiments. He has hidden her in a space unreachable by conventional means. But your presence makes mockery of such barriers. The scarcity of your ether means it will be trivial to send you directly to Agdistis. We shall approach as closely as caution will allow. We know where the battle will commence, so I do not anticipate difficulty in detecting your presence. From afar, I shall do my best to provide you with ground on which to fight, and phantom allies to aid you. As for the interment, I have yet to think of a foolproof method. Interment shall not be necessary. From here, I can sense Agnes' essence, but it is scarcely recognizable. Abyssos was more ambitious with her than he was with hegemony. She has been transfigured such that barely a scantling of herself remains. We can but take comfort in what a mercy the underworld will be to her. We gotta kill her. Put Agyssus out of her misery. Abyssos, the seventh circle, now accessible. And then this is another hard one. This is what Savage and Scythe thought were hard. I shall establish control of Abyssos while keeping an eye on your battle. When the dust has settled, Abyssos will have nowhere left to flee. I sense that Abyssos has come close to perfecting his image of a Hematheros, which means his research is in its final stage. Ericthonius' mind falls into the hands of the enemy, and he is spirited away to Tartaros, Pandaemonium's deepest circle. The only path to his rescue goes through Agyssus, whose magics are peerless among the keyboards, even more so now that they have been augmented by Abyssos' endless experimentation. To deliver her soul from suffering and bring Ericthonius to safety, you must face your most daunting foe yet. A big tree. Right? This is the big tree one. It'd be a shame if the big tree was the fucking 8th circle. I can only imagine what Savage Carbuncle's gonna be like. Because there was no emerald at all during that fight. And they had the bio that Arcanist used, but I say Arcanist, I should mean Summoner, but yeah. I could totally see Tri-Disaster coming into play. Yeah, this is gonna be nuts, man. This is gonna be crazy. On Savage, I can't wait to watch. The world unsundered. Abyssos, the seventh circle. It's a bush. It's a bush just chilling. Huh. Oh my god, this poor lady. Prometheus. Agystus. Agadistus? Agadis. I like that. Agadistus. Ha! Welcome, friends. Damn, surrounded by hotties. Oh. Bow of Attis. Oh shit. Gonna drag her tree fist across the thing. Methos is holy. I'm Agyssus. Yes, this is my vessel. I'm the gift of new test subjects. Prometheus' glare. Bow of Attis. She has now put her hands in the middle, which means we stand out of the middle. Obviously. Bow of Attis. Her hands are beyond. There we go. And then she's going to punch one side. So can I stand here and be fine? Yes, okay. No. Oh, shit. Ah! Ugh. Perhaps you require more room for her will. Thanks, La Habrea. Alright, we stand back here. And get ready for punch. Here, go over here.
Yeah.
Be gone from my sight or suffer! Spark of life. Forbidden what? I sense convergence to thee. Beware what they may spawn. Immature IO, static moon. Turn the med. Exaflares! Ooh, my internet died. That sucks. That hella sucks. No, dude. Ah, that's trash, man. Damn it. All right, I'll be back. Okay, there we go. This is gonna fucking suck. Because whenever I restart this shit, whenever fucking the internet comes back up, it has to disconnect from the PS5 and then reconnect real fast, and that's enough to just drop the fucking connection again. The world is currently full now. I'm in the middle of raid. Location Hollow Purgatory. Oh, God. I'm legitimately in hell. Nah, there it is. Son of a bitch. But this time it also disconnected the computer. Let's restart remote play. Pretty please. Oh, fuck. The sound is all fucked. Well, it did the reset at least, so that's good. It usually only has to do one, and then it's solid. Okay, and then we also want to go to Task Manager, log in with Regina while this is happening. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da, above normal. Alright, there we go. Whew. Everything's back up. Everything is set back up. Fucking terrible time for internet to disconnect. Sucks. God damn it. Link, I don't even know if you're still there. Probably peaced out a long time ago. The same. No, I got kicked out. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Let's try this again. Full party. First-ish time. Ah. Get ready. Oh, fuck that up. Whatever. We're in it now. Can? No. Damn, it's like we fucking planned that shit. Holy crap. We're a true raid team. Bow of Abyssos. I'll just stay right here, right? No. Oh! Yeah, see, I'm fine. Tank privilege. Whee! That man's dead. Oh damn, it's really pissing down now. That fucking Reaper ran that way, so I felt like, oh, fuck, I need to back up now, dickhead. Forbidden fruit. Alright, DC blast time. Run around that circle, forbidden fruit. There's no spawn now. Sure, it's just little fights. But they're facing specific directions. Oh, they're line moves. Lame.
leave me to my research or become.
I shall give you ground on which to fight, but you must move deftly. Oh, that was Themis. I thought it was. I thought it was Bob. That's Thancred. Shit, experts. Dodge into them. Easy, right? Okay. Bow of Attis. Back.
Forbidden fruit.
Remember, birds are just light AoEs. Rhinos are big old circle AoEs. Matheos is holy. Which was, yeah, Marcus. Albert. Tank privilege.
Wah!
Foothold is magic from thin air.
Forbidden fruit.
Not one on each side. Bow of Attis. There's only one safe spot. Must stand right here.
Forbidden fruit.
Fruit again. Ios. Can we? Oh no. You have to move into it. Okay. Bow of Attis up front. Oh shit. Expedient, save me! I totally forgot. Spark of life.
Forbidden fruit.
Off center. Those two are off center. Knockbacks. How big we talking? Hella big. Oh shit! I didn't see you facing this way. I thought he was facing towards the aisle. Exaflares! It's time! Spark of life! Oh shit. What are you doing? Stay back with the group. I keep up time. Begins again. Fear not, I shall make new ground. Thank you. Exoflares. Bow of Attis, move to the back. Success. And that's how you know. If a tree falls not in a forest, it does make a sound. Na na na, ba na da da. Two chess pieces. Oof. Since I DC'd, I got terrible rolls. Go for pants. Hell yes. Alright, now I can leave. Uh-oh, fuck. Bye! Yukon has the one thing. I did it. I killed it. It is big tree. It dead. I cut it down. The moment Abyssos was slain, the flow of ether and Pandaemonium focused keenly on this location, creating a tunnel of sorts through which we could quickly convey ourselves. It was almost as if we were ushered here. This space was created with care and concealed with powerful wards. Only a key ward would have been able to detect it, even then with great difficulty. Ergo... If only I could restore Tartaros to order. But I'm afraid this is the most I can manage with such power as remains to me. It has been too long, Master La Habrea. Likewise, Keyword Agnestis. I should not be surprised you were able to break free of Abyssos' spells, even diminished as you were. 'Twas not an easy task, even with your aid. His curses dig into one's heart, creating a storm of emotions that is all too easy to become lost in. Only by chance did a fragment of myself remain, illuminating a path through the madness. And thus, am I able to appear before you now, even while my body was powerless to resist Abyssos' commands. Some small part of my logical mind stood alone in defiance. It even managed to speak to the outside world. The report. That was you. Doubtless you recognize my voice from the many times I have called out to you. The hope that those pleas would not fall on deaf ears was all that kept me from succumbing to hopelessness. But I have a greater purpose here than simply saying my farewells. There's something you must know. The tragedies of the past do not repeat in the present. Forgive me for what I am about to do, Mr. La Habrea. The story must be told. 'Tis the only way to understand Abyssos' fixation on Erechthonios. No longer can you hide your heart away. Abyssos? No, the mask marks him as La Habrea. Master La Habrea had brought an end to Lady Athena's life, and sealed away a part of his memories and emotions within Abyssos. These are my recollections of the moments following. And you truly have no intention of revealing the truth to Erechthonios? My lesser half is now buried where none can find it. We would be wise to do the same with our memory of this day. Blood should not sway the spirit so, but Athena's teachings have warped the boy. I fear he would see our star burn to keep his mother safe. Oh god, he turned her into like some monster. Erechthonios believes that he feels love, but he is shackled by dependence. He could not bear the truth.
His dependence makes it all the more important to be open with him. He will seek answers about his mother's loss, which shall inevitably lead him to you. Are you willing to accept the blame for Athena's death? Are you willing to accept your son's hatred?
All that and more. If that is what comes to pass, then so be it. Better to be burdened with hatred than the knowledge that Athena thought his body and soul mere tools, to be used and discarded. Even were I to tell him that what his mother plotted, he would ever seek reasons to believe that the true fault lies with me, or with him. Should he merely hate me, he will remain unfettered by doubt, free to serve the star far from his parents' shadow.
This is why the truth is important. This is why telling the truth is always the move.
Erechthonius loved his mother more than life itself, and yet, what a dreadful truth you've borne all this time.
Such is La Habrea's nature. Every action, every word, a solution to life's greatest dilemmas. Dilemmas, oh my god, and none to spare for his own. What I have revealed to you is but a small portion of a larger picture. I shall leave it to La Habrea to paint the rest for you, and for Erechthonios, I hope.
Thank you. Thank you, Agadistus.
I always admired you, you know. What choice did I have when you sacrificed so much to guide our star to the heavens?
Abyssos has doubtless sensed that his final keyword has fallen. We should return to the surface before he moves to strike us here. If we are to face him, we must be prepared to bring our full strength to bear. Nodders. It was Erechthonius' hatred of his father that caused him to fall victim to Abyssos' magics. Yet the root of that hatred were born from a son's love. A love nurtured not by a mother caring for her offspring, by a researcher creating the ideal test subject. Pandaemonium abounds with demons indeed. Agadistus was ever a bold woman, even in her final moments, that she would unearth the secrets of my past for all to look upon. Still, full glad am I that she faced you as her last opponent. I could think of none more worthy to send her soul off to the other side.
Quick tongue materia. Beetle dance. I need to get rid of these. For now. One final wish, La Habrea would speak further of Athena's fate.
The vision you saw told the story far more eloquently than I ever could. Athena was consumed by her research, and was willing to sacrifice her own child if it hastened her progress. She did not offer him a position here out of a sense of love or pride. It was merely because she knew he would be the most pliable test subject. I see now why you hid the truth from him. I cannot say with certainty that Erechthonius could handle the weight of such betrayal, or holding his mother on a pedestal for so long. Unfortunately, it seems not even her death had secured his safety. Abyssos has taken up Athena's research, and succeeded in creating Hematheoi. I know not what the ultimate end is, but 'tis plain it's connected with the resurrection of Athena. That knowledge alone is sufficient to direct our next course of action. So the rest of your story, we shall hear it after we have returned Erechthonios to safety, in accordance with Agadistus' last wish. Very well. I can at least assure you that finding him shall prove relatively simple now that Hephaestus can no longer bend Pandaemonium to his will. There is but one place left for him to find refuge. Blackheart, Tartarus, where Athena's built her testing compound. We could assume that Hephaestus will offer fierce resistance. I must focus my every effort on securing a safe means of approach. La Habrea, I would ask that you assume the duty of summoning Regina's phantom warriors. I have no objections. My ability to fight within Tartarus would be Tartarus would be greatly diminished in any case. However, I wish to deal the final blow to Hephaestus myself. There is no need to dirty your hands with such a deed. I take it then you have no intent to seal him away as before. The presence I felt when I encountered Hephaestus bore little resemblance to the entity I created. By his own hand, he has become something far more wicked. The same magics that once shackled him may very well shatter before the power he wields. On my pride as a researcher, I am loath to repeat the same mistake twice. I would not see these events play out again, and so he must be extinguished. Okay. Well then, I shall open the way forward, and we finish this together. Quest accepted. Abyssos, the 8th circle, now accessible. If Hephaestus truly means to continue Athena's research, then Erchthonius is indispensable to his goals. He is safe. For how much longer, I cannot say. It is in sight. Return to me safely, friend. At last, Hephaestus' wicked plan is laid bare. He aims to use Erchthonius as a tool to resurrect Athena, former chief key ward of Pandaemonium. Although his exact motivations remain shrouded in mystery, there is no time for doubt, for every idle moment allows Hephaestus to draw one step closer to completing his grand experiment. You hurry to the hidden experimental compound. This chain of twisted ambition will be broken at last.
Here we go.
Man, I need to discard more shit. I forget, I'm gonna get a blade at the end of this. Abyssos, the 8th circle. God, is that DNA? What the fuck is that? Erchthonius!
Erchthonius is mine, heart and soul. And with your death, none will be left to stop me.
I like his Frieza voice better. Perfect imperfection of Hephaestus.
Ah!
Doop.
I'm back.
Welcome back, man. I'm about to face Hephaestus.
Ah, nice.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Oh no.
Flame my servants rise.
From fulgent flame his servants rise.
Out of my sight.
Out of his sight.
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
It's a burb.
It's a phoenix.
And cease sorrow into your heart.
Oh yes. Three things. Two things.
A fitting death.
There's a tiny line in the floor. I can see where they all come from now. Okay, point this away from teammates. Okay. Articarundum.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Oh, that's why I'm here.
Hey, he has a snake for an arm.
You are afraid.
Into the shadows.
Yay. Okay.
Nice. Look away. Are you looking? Oh, these are ads. Oh, these are ads. Yeah. Oh, they going. Bitch is going down. I'm gonna kill this bitch. Boom, bitch dead. Ectothemos. Thermos, I mean. I didn't mess that up at all.
Okay.
Fourfold fire!
Oh, I can quit.
Holy shit. Chthonic vent. That side looked like it's gonna blow up first. And then the other side. Oh, okay, so it just picks and chooses that one.
From the fountain
Ugh,
flame my
bullshit!
servants rise.
Middle.
Out of my sight.
Genesis aflame. Not Genesis. I wanted to get the fuck away from Final Fantasy VII. Ugh.
I shall see my wish
Reforged
fulfilled.
reflection. Did he grow legs? Oh yeah, he grew 2 extra legs. Blazing wood
That
balls.
person is so confused.
Okay, so this is what's it called? There! Burning! Get over. More regens. Stack more regens. Alright, not quite in the middle. He'll move. Oh, you're back to normal now.
Sear flesh
Volcanic torches. I don't know, good. Ow. Dickheads. Sunforge! I tire of this farce.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
The fruits of sacrifice.
You are afraid to be consumed.
Are you looking? Don't be looking. No, I was looking. Ooh. I'm ballin'. You can't stop me.
Perish in
Fourfold
flames.
fires.
Go forth and sate your boundless hunger.
Oh, shit.
Fulgent flame my servants rise.
Hi there.
Fitting death.
Genesis of flame.
Body! You're doing it again.
Oh yeah, I'm eating out of
Hell yeah, took no damage.
I shall see my wish fulfilled.
Reforged reflection. What does it do again? Alright, he grows shit.
You will know my rage.
Ah, fuck nuts, dude. Wee! 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 This is shit.
Praying before a god.
Rearing rampage! Kaboom. It's time! Double down.
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
Get it back.
Sight.
Oh man, I'm too far away. Yay! Gaze of the Abyss. Oh, he's not dead yet. Wait. No, he's not dead yet. We gotta kill him. Pandaemonium Abyssos. Complete! Alright, time to clear out inventory. Or some like basic shit. This shit. Nope. This shit. That's some basic shit. This is basic shit. Alright. Loot! Need. Yes! Now I just need to run it one more time next week and I'll be good. Oh, you know what? I should give a player commendation. I'll give it to you because I got Benny at one point in time during that. Later, loser. Oh, that's cute. I didn't notice the La Brea glyphs all around. Voice acting. Oh, shame. The chain of events that led to this moment began with my error. When out of mercy, I confined you here. Now I break it, and leave no trace of you behind.
This is not over.
I see you will not go peacefully. Shoot him. Use your magic bullets. Pew! Shoot him right in the fucking chest.
Even a caster would uphold his pride, though such an impulse must speak to the overwhelming arrogance of my other half. The name Hephaestus shall grow to eclipse yours. None shall remember the deeds of La Habrea once I fulfill Athena's ambition and bring Erechthonius' dream to life!
Gave him a Skeletor voice instead. You speak as if you care a whit for the boy. Why then do you cower behind him? There are some desires which must not be realized. Athena would see the world destroyed if it meant she could find hers in the ruins. As for Erechthonius, he knows not what his wish would beget, a truth which you have hidden from him. Do you truly believe a father's role is to deceive and manipulate? My wish. You would claim the name Hephaestus and call yourself father, yet you bind his mind and body in dark chains. Your words and your pride ring hollow.
Athena wanted her son by her side, and he desires to return there. What wickedness is there in mending a broken family?
Athena cared not for Erechthonius, beyond how he could serve her ends. You claim to be acting in his interest, but 'tis plain you are no different. As I ushered Athena to her end, I vowed that my sole mission in life would be to guide this star true. In service to that vow, I silenced the whispers of my heart. I could not nurture a son whilst an entire world looked to me for guidance. For that choice, I bear the responsibility. Yet he is still my son, and I will not suffer you to seduce him with false hope. You who are not but the bitter dregs of Athena, and I, the very worst of us. Mother, no. Then who... How do I...
Trust in La Habrea.
I hear you. I owe you and Themis an apology. Athena, did you ever... In La Habrea, I will have my say! Ah! How? His mind was mine. I can't explain. Regina's words reached me through the haze. They rang loud and clear, as did the words of another, in a voice much like yours, but resounding with truth. Huh? Ah. Ah. How? When did you master these bonds? Oh, I've been turned much worse. Really? That's what you have to say to him? You worthless. You.
Friendship. Family. And he's gone. No! Claudian's looking for this!
It appears my failures have borne fruit after all.
Can you teach me that trick? I want to turn things into crystal. Put this in my pocket.
You did well, son. Huh? Where are we?
Oh, oops. Oh, I have enough space for this, yeah.
With Abyssos' essence contained in this crystal, we may safely return Ericthonius above. Yet he would bind Abyssos with only half his senses intact. You quite understated his adeptness in the art of internment. It was hardly what I had in mind, but a feat deserving of praise nonetheless.
Oh no, I don't have space for this. Truth imperfect.
You feel no trace of Abyssos' poison in your mind, and for a blessing, appears your body is none the worse for wear. I made my way here as soon as I could. I no longer sense Abyssos. The force assailing Pandaemonium's barriers has ceased. Are we rid of him for good and all?
Mm-hmm. Turned him into a nice shiny crystal. Has a constellation on it.
I see. Despite his muddled senses, Ericthonius felt that to seal Hephaestus away was a proper course. It wasn't so noble as that. I only knew something had to be done, so I acted. La Brea, was that how you dealt with Hephaestus in the past? Indeed. It was not but the parts of my memory and soul that I had cut away. A mass of ether without a material vessel. Storing his essence within a crystal was the most logical choice. Huh? On that matter, I believe the time has come for you to share the rest of your tale of Hephaestus' creation and Athena's end. I heard your words, but only vaguely, as if from under the surface of a deep pool. Did my mother wish to use me? I would hear the whole truth. I want to know what happened here, what drove Athena to act as she did. I'm ready. Athena's brilliance outshone us all. Even the other members of the Words of La Brea were as children in comparison. So dedicated to research was she that it was not unheard of her, for her to forget meals or even sleep. Her mind was ever grasping for knowledge. It was in this endless search that she became obsessed with uncovering the secrets of life. You see, while we can conceive life in various forms, the means of creating a soul are beyond our ken. Similarly, though we can enhance and alter our physical vessels, we have ever been bound to them. Athena's purpose was to shatter these limitations. Such limitations as we were not meant to surpass, she sought to enter the realm of the gods. Scarce few have the ability to comprehend what such a task entails, let alone the courage to attempt it. For most, the thought would be an idle fancy, considered once and then discarded. Not so for Athena. As leader of the Words of La Brea, I spoke with her often about transcending our being. From an academic perspective, the challenge has plagued countless researchers through the ages. It was during these musings that I began to formulate a theory, a means by which a person could meld with a creation. The weaknesses of one would be mitigated by the strength of the other, and the result could be something greater than we have ever imagined. Although it was but a theory, Athena insisted I develop it further. Curious about every detail along the way, our conversations became more frequent, and our platonic relationship grew into something much more. I take it I was born not soon after. Just so. I believe she bore true affection for me, and was blind to her hidden intentions. When Pandaemonium was built and she requested to lead the researches, I saw no reason to deny her. Even setting aside our relationship, her accomplishments as a scholar made her the obvious choice. However, in giving her Pandaemonium, I also gave her free rein to conduct whatsoever experiments she could devise. And when you found out what she was doing, you killed her. I made haste to Pandaemonium the moment I learned of these hidden chambers. I left Abyssos to keep watch over Tartarus' vestibule as I ventured deeper, knowing not what would await me. As for what occurred next, 'tis best to see with your own eyes.
Oh shit, you gonna take us there? Oh shit, he gonna take us there.
Oh, the memory pool. Oh god, is that me? You are well aware that out of respect for our neighbors and helpers, the researchers of Pandaemonium are not to be masked. Yet you stand before me with your face covered. What petty defiance is this?
What indeed? So quick you are to rebuke me, though you yourself have not set foot in these halls since their inception.
You must have known you could not conceal this from myself and Abyssos forever. As well, you know I cannot allow it to continue. Shall say this but once. Release Erechthonios, else I shall have no choice but to strike you down.
I would beat my end at the hands of none other. However, ere my time has come, I will have you know the why of it.
Then you will not desist.
Once you understand what has driven me this far, you shall see that stopping was never an option.
The feelings of one weigh little against the needs of the entire star.
Of course, of that I am well aware. But you did not deign to descend from your lofty heights simply to lecture me as you would a child. You have an interest in my motivations. What possessed Athena, peerless researcher and mother to the son of the great La Habrea, to embark upon the path to her downfall? History will demand an answer, but it is you who deserves one. Give me your hand, La Habrea, and we shall know one another, oh God, for who we are.
Impossible. You bonded your souls. Aye, but the boundaries between us would cease to be. She offered me everything. To be understood. I found myself unable to refuse. At that moment my mind was a storm of questions. Yet one roared the loudest. Did Athena ever truly love me?
He wanted to know, and that's what he did. I am become thee, memory and mind.
And I thee.
He had to know. Why did she do this? And he fucking fell for it. Can you feel it? My heart. All that I am.
I was about to get real dirty real fast with the can you feel it bit. Yes. As if it were my own. A fathomless desire to dissect the mysteries of life, to transcend our mortal flesh, and bleed into a higher plane of existence. An unquenchable thirst for knowledge, not a single thought spared for another, for the star!
How disappointing. Yet what is known cannot be unknown. You have beheld my life's work. Try as you might to excise memory, the seed of desire remains, and when it takes root, you too shall be consumed by the self-same fervor.
I will dig it out. I will dispense with the corruption in my soul ere your rotten insight spreads. 'Twas my weakness that let this wickedness fester, but never again. Today I cast aside fickle emotion and abide in duty alone. Today I renounce all that I was and live only as La Habrea.
What did he do? What does that mean?
Thus did I forsake the part of myself that had been polluted by Athena, sealing it within a crystal. Never did I think I would one day face those memories made flesh. Oh, okay, that's what that is. Forgive my bluntness, but your actions bordered on insanity. To go to such lengths to escape your memories, you nearly rewrote your very existence. Rest assured, the change did not go unnoticed by our colleagues in the convocation. Ige Yoram and Emmet Silk in particular made plain the suspicions they harbored. As well they should have. That you escaped with your life was nothing short of a miracle. Why didn't you destroy the crystal then and there? Did you think to one day make use of the knowledge it contained? I will not deny such consideration played into my decision, but my main motivation was fear. I had never attempted such a feat before. The crystal was my sole recourse should something go awry with the remainder of my soul. In hindsight, to cling to it was a mistake born of doubt. Athena must have anticipated that I would resort to such measures, prepared a vessel beforehand that would accept the dregs of my soul.
And yet you didn't break the crystal now?
Abyssos doubtless believed he was performing his duty as a husband and father should, yet in truth he was but a puppet being pulled to and fro by Athena's desires. His goal was not to raise himself high. He thought only of seeing his dear Athena live again. She might finish what she began. Simp. Understandable. Yet for all of that, he and I were alike. We yet shared a fatal flaw, you see. Our need for control blinded us to others' perspectives. While I was enthralled to Hephaestus, you called out to me. What said you now? Does La Habrea speak true? No. No. You would have broken the crystal otherwise. No! What does your heart tell you? I just want to know one thing. Did you truly believe that hiding the truth was best for me, even knowing how I felt about my mother? The La Habrea I know had a fatal flaw, after all. I'm still not convinced. I said all that I can say. Now it is for you to choose to believe me, or not. The La Habrea I know holds duty above all else. I would sooner prostrate myself before an erupting volcano than place my fickle emotions in his path. When you return to the surface, you'll doubtless don that mask once more. So before we climb out of this forsaken pit, I suppose I should say, thank you, Abyssos. Call him by his actual name, I'm guessing. Oh, boy, boy, boy. Damn. That's just the opening.
There's so much space I need to make.
Sap. Blood. They need to remove one more. Maybe. Abyssos is far more than an imitation of La Habrea. It was quite literally a part of him. But La Habrea to me is a man who thinks of naught but his duty. Casting aside the burden that Abyssos represented, he shall become ever more himself in a way. I've said all that needs to be said. From this moment forward, pledge that my heart shall not lead me astray. Yeah, good luck with that. I've heard enough. There's more I would yet discuss, but we should first return to Pandaemonium's gates. I'll gather my thoughts on the way. Okay. We have regained complete control of the facility, but it shall take some time yet until things are under working order again. Athena viewed Erichthonios as the ideal test subject. Abyssos' research must have been very nearly complete, as he cannot let me do. I owe you an apology, Regina. It was due to my own inexperience that Abyssos was so easily able to take hold of my mind. I also owe you my thanks. If you and Themis hadn't chosen to brave the chaos occurring in Pandaemonium, I would have never known La Habrea's story. My father's story. It was a tale I, too, was fascinated to hear. I very much look forward to speaking with Azim upon my return. I cannot help but wonder how much of this she foresaw. I am afraid I cannot allow that, Elidibus. So long as you retain control of Pandaemonium, there's work to be done. But of course, I shall first free the remaining warders and restore this place to its former glory. Using the facilities in Tartarus, we should be able to reverse the changes made to their bodies and minds. I shall stay behind to oversee the process. And that as well, but I must yet learn why I was considered the key to Hephaestus' experiments, how he intended to revive Athena. Such questions are better and best left unanswered. In fact, I forbid the pursuit of that knowledge. The boundary between man and creation shall never again be crossed. And I intend to destroy the crystal containing Hephaestus' essence. This mistake never again repeats. I see no reason to gainsay your judgment. There is yet the matter of your crystal, however. Truth be told, I had not considered its origin until I saw the one containing Hephaestus' ether. I was struck by how wholly different they were. There was another. Yeah, there's this blue crystal that I had that came from the came from my time. Came from my world. While imbuing a crystal with memories is a simple process, storing a message, a warning even, will be something altogether more complex. This also means that someone besides the present company, and Asm, was aware of the plot unfolding within Pandaemonium. Then why would they not make themselves known, even now? No threats remain. Perhaps it was one of the other warders. We shall question them after they are freed. That task may take some time, a resource I'd rather not steal more of from you. Return at your leisure, and we shall share our results then. You've done more than enough for the time being. I'm of the same mind. Leave the loose ends to us, and continue upon your journey. Or if you're so inclined, take much-needed repose. This talk of journeys smacks of a Zem. As well it should. She has pledged to keep moving until she has seen every corner of the world. If you do find yourself at the spare moment, you might bring that crystal of yours to La Habrea. He may be able to offer further insight. Until then, my friend. I look forward to your returning with the crystal. But worry not, I shall try my best. I shall try my level best to stave off loneliness while you are gone. The crystal that hangs from Erichthonius' waist was a gift from me, made in the hopes that it would spark growth in his aptitude for magic. It is plain he no longer requires it, but I see no reason he cannot wear it for a while longer. As you may have noticed during our battle, La Habrea's mask crowns me when I have transformed. It is said that we manifest in a way that reflects our innermost selves. I had thought that mask a symbol of the chains that bound my heart, but recent events have caused me to reconsider that assumption. Really? I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it at all. Alright, this gives me time to dump off all this fucking materia. It's good to actually load in here and not have everything be like massively slowed down. God, this is pretty solid. I like that a lot. Sell items. Piety. How much is it going for right now? 549. Wrap this up. Rusenau. Why, if it isn't Regina. Excuse me if I'm not my usual chipper self, but we have not been without our difficulties in your absence. You see, communication with the airship Professor Claudian commissioned for his search was lost some time ago. And now we have quite lost track of where he might be. Huh? And to make matters worse, Nemgiji has just sent word of an unusually large amount of energy coming from somewhere within the Ethereal Sea. Which is on my way to the Etioscope, in fact. Please, you must come with me. Oh dear. Holy crap, dude. What is that? Is it real? Pandaemonium is present. Why is it that whenever danger visits the world, you are never far behind? Oh, it's Fortuno. That was Cryo. And you two. With the Claudian's assistance, I take it. As you arrived before me, I take it you are involved in this. I would thank you to furnish me with an explanation.
This is Pandaemonium. It's supposed to be in the past. It's currently in the present.
While the research summary you submitted to the forum gave us no cause for concern, these details are alarming.
The professor's last message indicated he was on his way to Abyssos, but we know not whether he ever reached his destination.
A rash endeavor, even for Claudian. When he has ever allowed the thrill of discovery to cloud his better judgment. We have no recourse but to entreat Ishgard to aid in searching for him. As for that unsightly fortress materialized in the ethereal sea. Pandaemonium, was it? It cannot be left alone. For the time being, information regarding this matter must be strictly controlled as to minimize panic. We will gather those with knowledge of the ethereal sea and continue monitoring it for further irregularities. You two, submit a detailed report to the forum at once. At present, we have far more questions than answers. Nevertheless, I would ask for your assistance at such a time that our investigation has concluded.
Sure.
Very good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must apprise the forum of what has occurred here.
That's it? Fuck, it's green.
Just when we needed him the most, Professor Claudian remains unaccounted for. He even brought the crystal with him. We are left with scarce few straws to grasp at. Well, I am but a lowly servant, or lowly assistant. Even I can see that our two current problems are likely related. Same party or phenomenon may be responsible for both. Conversely, I see now that my unexperienced imagination failed to do Pandaemonium's pitiless spire's justice. You can only imagine. If the facility itself traversed the ages, the creations within do the same? What are the keywords? But answers to these questions shall come in time, I'm sure. For now, I must do as Master Volcano asked and write that report. As for you, Regina, pray get what rest your responsibilities will allow. When next we call upon you, I wager we shall need you in prime condition.
And that was Pandaemonium. Abyssos. That was pretty good. I like that a lot. I don't know why Science Savage don't want to farm that out. That's really weird. Hella weird. Alright, raid done. I did it.
Wait, you won the last fight. It took quite a while.
Oh yeah.
You
Fucking I was just reading the story.
Oh, okay.
You know, doing the out loud bits.
Yeah.
That final boss was fun, fairly simple. I can't wait to see Savage and it just being fucking massively fucking hard. I like how the music was like a lot of just La Habrea. Like whenever we faced him. So I can't wait to see what they do with Savage.
So good.
Say it again, man?
A bunch of the music from those fights were really good.
Mm-hmm. But I liked it a lot. It was pretty fun. I don't see what you mean by P7 being hard. That shit was easy. Not you.
It's one with the giant tree, right?
Yeah, Science Savage. I don't see what they mean by that being hard.
You gotta remember, man, the average skill level of fucking PF and the people in normal raids is hot garbage.
I also thought the same thing about fucking P6. I was all like, I can see why people would get this wrong. And, you know, if people got it wrong, what the fuck? I can see in Savage, you just don't have fucking markers over your head.
The only thing about P6 the only thing about P6 is that the little colored spots on the ground that show which squares are going to blow up can be really fucking hard to see.
I don't have a problem with them, because it's like you have white tiles and you have black tiles. Although the black tiles are supposed to look kind of poisonous, kind of.
I think that's the point to tell you that, oh yeah, these are gonna be attacked. Luckily, you could just when she does like, you know, the Sigma shit. That's how you know, okay, I want to stand in an AoE instead, because when it swaps over, it's more or less likely that it's going to be safe. You just have to pay attention to like which 4 tiles are going to be attacked. If like all 4, because like you have 16 tiles in all, right? And they're always swapping in groups of 4. So as such, if that group of 4 is just completely covered in AoEs, figure out what it's going to switch with. If it's going to switch with another like group of 4, fuck that shit. Get away from that.
Yeah.
It's easy.
But the problem is when you're standing there and you look at the one it's going to switch with, and you're like, oh, there's a safe spot there, and then it switches, and you're like, where the fuck did this AoE come from? And you get hit.
No, that's the thing I'm
I
saying.
had that problem a couple of times.
That's what I'm
where
saying.
I looked over and I was like, okay, that's safe, but apparently it wasn't, and I just missed or something.
The moment it clicks, the moment it's like it clicked in my head was my brain said, oh, it's like Kefka. You stand in the AoE because these two are going to switch, and thus that made it so much easier. When I noticed that I was standing in like a quote unquote safe spot, right? It's like I was standing on a tile that's clear. I was all like, I'm in danger. This is wrong.
Not always.
So I would quickly like step over to an AoE spot, and I would hope to God that it was right. Because after all, if you step into an AoE spot for like I said, like the 4x4 that's covered with AoEs, you're done. you're getting that Vuln stack, baby. The shit that was rough is when she like paired that up with like her fucking cleaves. I remember I killed I more or less fucking hit the entire raid because I was all like, oh yeah, this is a safe spot. And then she hit us all with the cleave, and you just see everybody's health just drop, and I'm all like, oops. That's when it gets tough. Because I'm all like, yeah, I did it. I found the safe spot. Oh shit, this is the wrong safe spot. Either that, or you just have to stand at like the very corner of it. Find the tiniest spot of safety.
Give me P9S memes or E9S memes all over again.
That's what I'm trying to think of. Is all like, how is any of that like E8? How is any of that like fucking Shiva? Trying to figure out because Light Rampant was fucking.
I haven't done E8.
Light Rampant was awful because the moment one person fucked up the ball, everybody died. It's the same thing with E12. The moment one person fucked up the lions, everybody died.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to wonder, what the fuck did Science Savage mean? Because that was what E8 and E12 for that matter. Both of them had like those moments of like, oh, did you fuck up? Everybody's dead. Did that person fuck up? Too bad, you're dead. Because like I fucked up quite a bit in E8. I'm not gonna E8. I fucked up quite a bit in P8. Just kept getting hit left and right, but because I'm tank, you know, fucking fuck them. Tank privilege, baby. I'll just eat 3 of these fucking Vuln stacks. I'll stand in the wrong spot for the knockback. When I saw everybody like getting to one side of the room, I was all like, "Oh, I'm in the wrong fucking spot, man." But he does his knockbacks because like you have to stand in the spot for the knockbacks to like knock back with them. I'm all like, "Ooh, I'm done, fucked up," and I got like double burn. It was great. But you know, Heart of Corundum and Aurora don't give a shit about that, especially when you have like a healer that gives a shit about you. I got Bennied in the fight, so that was pretty poggers. Because my health fucking dropped real low. Yeah, that was a really good tier. That was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what Savage has in store. You know? I hope it's gonna be like fucking massively fucking confusing. And I hope that Hephaestus has like fucking a really cool phase too, if he does have one. Because while technically, you know, Shiva had phase 2, it was like dragon form. There was no checkpoint. You had to do it all over again if you fucked up. So that kind of sucked. Whereas, you know, E12 and E8... No, even E8 didn't have or E4 didn't have a fucking checkpoint. E4 just had, you know, Titan maximum and Titan minimum.
Titan, yeah. That wasn't that bad,
Yeah, they were nice in the Omega Savages. They gave you checkpoints for Neo X Death and God Kefka, and even fucking Final Omega. But in Eden they said, "Nah, homie, you figure it out from start to finish." And they're all like, "All right, we're gonna be nice to you." And they decided to be fucking nice to us again here in Pandaemonium, giving, you know, Hesperos his Pazuzu skin. That's what Mr. Happy called it the first time he saw it. It's all like, oh, the first time he decided to combine himself with a bat. Second time he decided to combine himself with Pazuzu from fucking Eureka, because he's part bird now. Like, fair enough, I understand. Yeah, I'm excited to see what fucking they decide to do with Hephaestus. There's just a lot of fucking fire and knockback. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's like the bosses for this like raid for Pandaemonium, they're kind of lacking. You know what I mean? They're lacking that pizzazz, that style. Like when going through Omega, you're all like, holy crap. If you know Final Fantasy, you got excited about this stuff, and just like doing the Omega raids compared to like Alexander raids, they were fun. They were really cool. And the same thing with Eden. Eden was like really cool because, oh shit, it's all the old primals just remixed. Oh fuck. We were fighting like Raktapasa for the first time, you know, fucking Ifrit and Garuda together. Oh shit, that was cool. A lot of it was really neat with Eden, but then with Pandaemonium, you know, it's just kind of meh. You know what I mean? Because like the fight themselves, like actually doing the fights and their mechanics, they're really unique and they're really fun. But like the bosses that you fight, just kind of hegemony.
Oh.
It's like nothing really screams it. It's like, what, fucking P7's a gigantic tree? I mean, cool, maybe, I don't know. Right? Because like we fought the Phoenix again. The Phoenix. And now we have another fire boss to contend with, being Hephaestus. I don't know. Like I said, it just lacks that kind of like that punching power. The mechanics themselves are still fun, you know, dealing with Gemini's like fucking weird acceleration bomb fucking shit. I forget what I was wanting to call it. Oh, delay spell. That's what it's like. Fucking spell in waiting. Or fucking Voidwalker. Much less, you know, Oracle of Darkness. You get people that are marked in normal. I wonder what it's going to be like in Savage.
A little more complicated?
Probably.
Actually, it probably won't be that bad. We just have
think
to figure out what the tells are because they won't be as obvious.
Yeah, I think what they're going to do is they're going to do like what they did in turn, I want to say 7, turn 5 maybe. Fuck, what was it? Turn 5, no, turn 6, 7. It was turn 7. There we go. Bahamut turn 7 against the Medusa thing, the Milazine. How you had to petrify the fucking Cyclopses. I think we'll have to do that to ourselves. You'll have, you know, acceleration bombs on people. You had to figure out which one has to, you know, hit somebody else with like a poison debuff, and that'll like dissipate one of their fucking weird debuffs. That'll save them or some shit, you know. I'm feeling that just because you control the direction of the AoE, so. Or, you know, if anything, it could just end up.
We're talking about the one where you start dancing and blast a cone out. Okay.
Yeah.
We blew through those raids so fast. I did it with a couple of people that I raid with.
Yeah.
We just hammered through them, so I don't remember much, honestly. Because they were so fast and
No, that's
easy.
bad. You're not gonna remember anything for Savage.
Nah, I won't need to. The mechanics will be different enough.
Right.
I'll be trying to figure it out in an instance anyway.
That's what surprised me a lot about the Eden
like there were
raids.
gonna
I was
be
all
any
like,
guides
holy
on
shit, this
Tuesdays.
is way different. Like, what the fuck? Oh, there's like a couple of moves that were the same. It's just like fucking the shit from Ramu where he put out like, you know, the 14 different stabs, and you had to line 7 people up to knock them over. That was crazy. I would never have expected that.
Yeah, weird stuff.
Much less like all the weird shit that you had to do in E12. Going from Shiva to Titan to fucking lions. Lion rampant, man. Lion rampant. Yeah, I can't wait to see what Savage does tomorrow. Alright. Woo! Yeah, that recording.